All right, we're back. Thank you for waiting. Okay, so I guess the first thing we'll resolve, because we were talking about it off camera, um, Sean's going to just put a bullet in the guy's head. Hack's just going to, like, the dog person that's zip tied to the chair. You're just going to just walk up, use one of, how many bullets was it, Jeremy? Those valuable bullets? 4 bullets? Just,
It was 5 bullets. Yeah.
Come on, man. That's a bullet. You're wasting a bullet. You should just get a sword and just cut his head off. I mean, bullets are rare, man. So, no. But you go up and just pop him.
Got it written down.
All right.
Yeah. I think I had 7 left or something like that.
No, it's not as many as that. Nope. Nice try.
No, really.
I'm pretty sure it's actually 4.
What kind of pistol was it? Because I looked in the Vurt book and it said, like, I think 10 was standard.
The one I got from Red Roy had 5 bullets.
Yeah, so you have 5 bullets in it.
It may be able to hold 10, but it only has 5.
Yeah, I'm just going to put 5 bullets in the notes beside it. Okay.
I have a metal walking cane if you just want to bash his
Beat him to death. You know, you've gone, like, you've jumped the shark when it comes to morality. When you're like, oh, I'm going to save a bullet, I'll just beat the guy to death with a metal cane. All right.
We're in Fallout.
So Sean, you pulling the slide back, turn off the safety, and just bow. Okay. All right. So the other's just blood, gore, guts. The chair is ruined. I mean, so no one's gonna want to sit in that now. But then he just kind of like the force throws him to the ground, and the chair will slide on the blood on the floor from the last person Jeff murdered, and the chair just falls to the floor, and he busts his head open. What was left of his head on the floor. So now it's bloodier and even messier. So, and then at that time, even your equivalent of your PDF in your head begins ringing, and it's Paige. As you said, you were going to go find them, correct? Yes.
Sorry.
What's up?
That's okay.
Hey, where are you guys at?
We're in the middle of a situation, sort of. It's taken care of. Why? What's up?
I mean, you know me. I like situations. What kind of situations?
There's a lot of marinara sauce all over the floor.
Oh man, what'd you guys do now?
We checked on a friend.
Hey, we're the good guys here.
A friend, you say?
An old person would have called the cops. Yeah. Anyways.
Statement stand. Yeah.
I know. Seriously, where are you at?
Where? This is where we are.
Okay. Hey, look, I got some things, and we're gonna need to do some things. I don't really want to talk about this stuff, like this. I'd rather talk to you face to face.
Yeah. Come on. We'll be here for a minute, I think.
All right. I'm on my way.
Okay. So we're going to jump to Paige as they're discussing amongst themselves how they're going to do this. And Paige is like, you're getting in the same district. I'm assuming he like even told you kind of where to go, right?
Yeah.
And all the while he's making you an accomplice. You just got out of jail. Damn it.
I'm hoping she knows what to do with the bodies.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
And so you're heading down the street, and there's a blurb, because you're in Travis, right? There's a blurb, and it starts out by saying it like flies and hovers over you, in like really uncomfortably close blurb fly. Mm-hmm. And this one's got a lot of mechanical bits to it and stuff, and it starts popping up with like a vid screen, and it's flashing the gang colors of the Purist gang that you guys had encountered before. And it starts saying, pure is perfect, pure is perfect, pure is perfect, filthy thing, get out of Trafford. And then it goes, and then you see the screen change, and now you see the 16-bit cat. And it says, the game cat is dead, long live the game cat.
Okay.
And at that moment, they're starting to flicker on like the TVs, and like say if there was a TV shop like on the side, like there might be a TV, or like if there was an advert like on the side of a building. Because I imagine even in the future, like the shitty neighborhoods are going to have adverts on the side of the buildings, like hologram adverts. You're seeing one pop up with the exact same thing, the cartoonish picture of a cat, humanoid cat with a knife in its head, saying the game cat is dead, long live the game cat. It's starting to just seemingly go viral,
Okay.
And so what do you do? Because they don't go away, and this blurb is just he's kind of tarding out, if that makes any sense. Like he's just kind of staying where he's at, and like in like some kind of hovering mode, and just like uncomfortably close to you. And he's not saying pure is perfect anymore. He's just like flashing this vid screen in your face.
How small are the blurb flies? Like, is it something I can grab and
Yeah,
put in
something
the
you can grab.
satchel or whatever? Okay. I'm gonna look around and look super annoyed at all this crap that's happening. Like, ugh, this is dumb. Me, like, not me personally, but you know what I mean.
Right.
And then I'll remember that they were looking into that last time we went to that one store. I remember they were looking into whatever that Game Cat, but I don't.
Oh, the Game Cat magazine. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, your character knows what Game Cat magazine is. I mean, so it's a pretty big,
okay.
it's a pretty big famous magazine for feathers and stuff like that in the Vurt world. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm just more annoyed at all this crap going on.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try and grab the blurb fly.
You can totally grab it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm like holding it in my paw, and I guess I'm just gonna like look around. What's my fastest way to get to where they are?
You were heading towards a metro stop up ahead of you, and that was where you were going to board, I guess. So.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try and take this blurb fly with me.
Okay. You probably have. You may have like a backpack or something, or do you stuff in a pocket, or pocket probably kind of tight.
I'll
Probably
shove
like
it in my little backpack or whatever.
Yeah, like a little satchel thing. All right.
Yeah, satchel.
And so as you stuff them in your satchel, you see that like
it's a doggy bag.
yes,
Oh my god.
Indiana Jones has one. All right. Okay,
It's got like Lisa Frank paw prints all over it.
nice. So as you start to stuff it in your bag, right? And then you're almost to the metro. Actually, we'll say you get to the metro stop. And is this a bus or is this a subway type thing? Which is it?
Whichever's faster. Shit. I don't know.
We'll say it's a metro. We'll say it's a subway type thing. We'll say it's a subway. And so you're sitting there with like a bunch of other people. Let's say other mixed modes. And suddenly your bag starts saying, you know what, this is actually a GM intrusion, actually. So so you either give me XP or you get one. Your choice.
I'll give you some XP.
Okay. All right. So your bag starts saying, it goes pure is perfect. So but like since you spent the XP, you get in there and you're able to turn the blurb fly off. Maybe you smash it or something where it stops talking.
But
and
first I was like trying to cough over it.
Or you're doing that. You're coughing while you're smacking your bag like this. And so it goes quiet after it takes a quick beating, and people are looking at you like you're weird. But like you didn't have those bunch of people just like turn and start like attacking you for saying something like pure is perfect. Right? So take away that 1 XP you have.
I did.
Okay. All right.
I just sit with my hand kind of near my face with my brass knuckles showing. Trying to look like a badass.
All right. Cool. All right. Okay, so Metro shows up. Sorry, the subway shows up. You hop on and stuff, and you get to their area where they're at. And you walk in this. You get to this door. It looks like it's got a keypad on it, but the door is like locked down tight. It's like a warehouse. It looks like a rusty old warehouse. But there's an overhead door. If you've ever seen one of those before, like the big doors. And then beside it is a man door with a keypad.
Okay.
And as soon as you get there and you stand in front of the door, one of y'all's vid screens in the room with all the computers lights up. And Vanish says, someone's here. And he can't even see the vid screen, by the way, from where he's sitting.
I'm just like outside tapping the screen. Not tapping the buttons, but tapping the screen.
Nice.
Is it a dog woman who looks like this? Describe her.
Yeah. Like a little Pomeranian, but, you know.
Whoa.
I know you're not. I'm picking.
Great Dane. Great Dane.
But yes. Yeah, you see like a Great Dane human mix type thing. Female at the door. And he says, yeah, I guess that's probably who it is. Is this person someone I can let in?
Yeah, she's gonna help with the bodies.
Wait, you've already called people? And as he says that, like, have you already called people? The door clicks open, and the lock is just like disengaged or whatever, so you can open. You can come in, Paige.
Okay, I walk in, and
you come in. You come into a warehouse. It looks like a warehouse from like American Pickers. Does that make sense? Like where there's like this big room full of junk. And then there's another doorway in this room. And if you follow that hallway, you'll eventually get to a room. Well, sorry. There's a door with a hallway with multiple dead bodies in the hallway that have their throat ripped out. And then you get into a T intersection where to the left is a room where it looks like a bomb went off in the middle of the room. And there's dead bodies everywhere. And at the right, there's, I think, another dead body in a room full of computers. But to the left, in the bomb blown out room, you see Even, Hack, Stray, and Weaver. Just kind of, and you see these two guys, the Kumar brothers, just kind of like, they look hurt and wounded, sitting on a couch. And they're droid locked, meaning they have like cybernetic dreadlocks, and they're bound together by their cybernetic dreadlocks. But you're basically seeing this room that looks like a bomb went off with like 5 people in it or 6 people in it, and dead bodies everywhere.
I nod my head at the new people.
Marinara sauce.
What the hell did you guys get yourselves into here? You know what? No, don't even explain. It's fine. No words are needed. And
then Kumar once again says, "You call people?"
Actually, she called us. She's that good.
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. I'm.
And you see Stray over in the corner. Like, Jeff, is your character just like smelling the maybe like the dog guy, like making sure he's dead or something? I don't know.
No, he's actually when she walks in, he hears her before she comes in and kind of runs over to her and.
Nice. And maybe he like met her at the warehouse, right? The American Picker warehouse, and like, and I love the idea of Jeff like barking, "Hey, watch the bodies. May watch your step. It's slippery." You know?
Yeah.
I like it.
Nice.
I like scratching behind his ears. And I'm like, "All right, buddy, we got this. Me and you." To Stray. And
I bark.
I guess I'm gonna ask the dumb question to everybody. Do you guys have acid? Anybody got like acid?
Like
here?
lie?
Yeah. No. Okay.
Probably not.
Like blink faces. Cool. That's all right. All right. So me and Stray can either dig a shallow grave outside, or I mean, I'm not proud of it, but we could tear them to pieces too. Whatever you guys would prefer.
I think I saw that in a feather once.
Stray, what do you feel like doing? You want to dig, or you want to eat a little?
There is a little outdoor area in the back, sandwiched between all the buildings.
Okay. All right. So Stray says he just wants to dig, so he's not that hungry for people.
I didn't think about that. Dogs might just eat people because, I mean, they're dogs, right? It's not like it's cannibalism.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm the kind of person I'll say shit whether people think it's appropriate to say or not or whatever.
Right.
So, all right, I'm like, Stray, do you want to go outside and just help me dig a hole big enough to put all these people in?
Sure.
Help me solve
Alright.
this situation. All right, so
Yeah.
so there's like this little grassy like area, like it's maybe like a 40 yard by like 30 yard or something area that's like by the parking lot that used to be for the warehouse. And like it hasn't been used in so long that the parking lot is full of like homeless tents that have been torn down or like left there overnight because it's like about 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon. It's not quite dark yet. You don't see anybody over there, but you see like broken barrels and stuff like that where just like people probably light fires in them for warmth because it's still in an urban area. But there is like this little grassy knoll with like one fucking tree. Like usually when you used to work here when it was actually a warehouse, you'd park in the parking lot, smoke out by the tree, and then go into work. But now it's nothing. So you guys can just start digging or whatever in the ground by that tree out there. Yeah.
And before we do, I tell them to look around for shovels if they want to help. That'd be cool.
Yeah, the American Picker / style warehouse probably has like one, shovel at least. So
like they have a shed out back for like garden tools.
I'm sorry, Sean. What'd you say, bud?
Okay. Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, we definitely need to track down some shovels, but these guys don't seem like they have like a whole bunch of like gardening equipment. They don't seem
No.
like
Their kitchen was they're probably the kind of people that don't maintain, their property in that kind of way. But you find a shovel in let's say you find a shovel in like I said the warehouse.
They've got a spoon.
Or you can grab a spoon and just get down to it. So
I mean, I've seen dogs in real life dig some holes like super quick. So
yeah, nice. So Jeff starts to digging. Is Paige helping?
yeah, I'm helping him.
All right. Are you doing it like
I'm
a
not
dog or
scared.
like a human?
Well, I mean, like, so most of my body is like a human, but I'm like on my knees using my front paws just like a dog would.
Nice.
So like
Okay.
my hands are like somewhat paw-like.
Right,
They're
right.
not fully
You still got the
human hands.
claws and you've got
Yeah.
the padded
I'm
hands, fingers for
just down there
Yeah.
digging like a dog.
nice.
No shame.
Very cool. Very cool. I imagine that would be awesome for someone who's into illegal stuff like feathers and drugs and stuff because you could just bury shit so easily. Yeah.
Yep.
But okay, so you guys spend probably an hour, I guess. It doesn't take long when you know what you're doing, right?
All right.
And
While I'm down there with Stray, could I have like asked him? We don't have to do like the whole thing, but could I have asked him to like fill me in on all this crap that's gone down?
yeah.
Yeah. I'll fill him in. Well, from my perspective,
Right. Yeah. Which
Nice.
will be a lot more simplistic, I'm sure. No
right?
offense to you.
I mean, it's basically for some reason we were going to this warehouse, sounded like somebody needed help, and we get there and we run into a couple of guys who were going to kill us, or I'm assuming they were, and so we took them out, and then we saw these guys torturing the other two guys, and we killed them as well.
Okay.
Or one of them. The other one we tied up and
Then killed him.
yeah.
And they killed him. Okay.
But first they talked to him for a bit and I scared the shit out of him.
All right. And then after he's done telling me all that, I'm gonna ask you, straight to your face. How are you feeling, man? Are you doing all right?
I'm all right. I don't know what the hell is going on for the most part.
Jeff, I think it's interesting to say that your character, like being in that scene with all the blood and all the action and like the remains of things, it seemed very familiar. But like it felt a little off, but the scene was familiar. Like just being in it, right?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna look him in the eye and like straight. I'm trying to look to his soul. I'm gonna say, I understand exactly how you feel, and then I pet him on his head.
Nice. Jeff, did we ever decide if you have any evidence that you're like because we talked about like you having like a harness or something, like maybe a police harness? Did we ever decide if you had something like that?
Well, he had a harness on. He does have a harness, but I don't know if if it's, I didn't think it was marked or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Or like, because we didn't really talk about necessarily why he had the amnesia. We just decided he had it. So, do you find it? Do you think it'd be cool if I kind of filled in a little blanks here?
Sure.
Okay, so when you go to pat his head and you kind of like, because you're both down on the ground and you're up close to him, you know, in a way, you go to pat his head and you look over at his harness and it looks like his vest. You always thought it was just black, but it looks like it's charred, like charred. And you can see the faint outline of an MPD in it.
All right. I notice it, but I try, I guess, to not let him know that I notice it.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
Very cool. Very cool.
I just take in the knowledge.
Okay, and so now here is a GM intrusion for both of you. Okay, so, well, actually,
Another one.
yeah, okay, so GM intrusion. So if you both give me one, then we can avoid this. But if you want one, we're going to have something happen. What do you think?
I'll let him decide. Yeah, you decide.
I mean, we could let it happen.
All
Alright.
right, let's let it happen.
Okay. So both of you gain 1 experience point. And
Alright.
and since this is a group XP thing, I'm not gonna give you 1 to share to anybody else. Just you two get 1. And so when you're about done digging and stuff, and like you saw the MPD thing, you look up, and there's a homeless guy that like has just managed to wander his way over to one of the barrels, and he just tossed a match in one of the barrels. Or at least you think he's homeless. And so he doesn't, he looks like he's like 75% robo, right? He's wearing a coat and stuff, but like he's got like dirty, like dinged up, like metal head and stuff, and he's just lit up this fire in this barrel and is trying to warm his human hands, which look kind of weird because, and he's really giving you guys the stink eye because I think it'd be hilarious if we said like at this point, like maybe like Hack starts bringing out the bodies, maybe. Like there's like one over his shoulder, like a garbage bag over his shoulder or something. I don't know. And like that's when the homeless guy is just like got his hands like this and he's warming his hands and he sees you and he goes, and he puts his hands in his pocket of his coat. He just kind of stands there for a moment. What do you guys do?
So I'm gonna wait for one of you guys.
This is you, Hack. This is you. Just came out. You're seeing this.
I'm seeing it. Okay,
Yes.
so I'm like, fuck. God damn it.
Your first instinct is that gun's got one in the chamber.
Yeah. God damn it. But like, so okay, so this city, like the area we're in.
Yes.
How populated is it? I don't want to go like shooting off guns and like outside.
It's extremely populated. It's extremely populated, but it's the kind of neighborhood where
That's a good question.
it's the kind of neighborhood where one gunshot won't necessarily bring a lot of attention. Does that make sense? I mean, it might. There's always a chance, but it's the kind of neighborhood where you might go, "Damn it, I need to move," you know, and just keep doing whatever you're doing. Does that make sense?
Right.
Yeah.
I really want to go like killing everybody that we come across.
Hey,
I mean-
hey, I didn't kill this feather dealer, okay?
I was like, I actually kind of like, uh-oh, what do we do? Dog.
So you're barking and growling at Paige. Nice.
Shit. Okay.
Okay,
I'm gonna-
so
Okay. I'll let you go first. You go
Well,
first.
how far away is this?
Are your characters stalling because they don't know what to do, or is it just you guys
No,
as players
no.
don't know
As a
what to?
player.
I have a plan.
Sorry, what, Sean?
I have a plan. It may
Okay.
not be
Okay,
good.
yeah, let's hear
I
it.
may have to have Jeff chase him down and you know,
Okay, then
his neck.
I'll say that the guy is just kind of standing there as you guys are like, and he's
He's
warming
a
his
homeless
hands.
Dude. You can probably
and
give
then
him money and he'll be like,
Put his hands in his pocket.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I'm just gonna give him like $50 and just be like, "You didn't see shit."
All right, so you walk over there. You start to walk over there, and you get over to it, and there's a burned up car and a tent and stuff nearby and things, and you see that when you walk up, there's him standing by the fire, and there's another human, mostly human, with a mix of probably shadow, you think, because you can see little wafts of smoke coming from her skin, and she's doing something in a satchel over there by him, like on the ground in like a seat or something, and when you approach him, what do you say?
Like, hey man, did you? My friends here, they had some people come over tonight. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
He just he doesn't say anything whatsoever. He doesn't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, Kumar?
Yes.
He doesn't say anything. And the girl's just looking up at you guys bewildered and kind of lost.
Yeah.
Like she may not even know anything.
Yeah. And I'm like, they tried to hurt him. So I pull out like $50 and just slide it over to him. And I'm like, this is, just want to make sure you guys didn't see anything. You didn't see me. And you didn't see that.
How much, what do you give him?
$50.
50 quid.
Yeah.
He looks at it, looks at you, looks at it, and looks at you, and looks at her, and he puts his hand out. Doesn't say anything.
Okay.
You're starting to think maybe that either he's mute, he just
Mhm.
doesn't want to talk to you, or like maybe he's like a robo that like his parts don't all work. Does that make sense?
Right. Right. But I'm not getting the impression he's like, no.
You can make an insight check of some way.
Okay. Let me see if I have that.
It would probably be, I'll say, difficulty 3 to read this guy.
Don't have insight, so just be untrained.
Yep. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be. You don't think that there's any connection to Kumar, like
Okay.
to him and her. She doesn't seem to be like her interest isn't piqued when you mention Kumar or like a concern for them.
Right. Okay.
And she's still lost at what's happening.
Okay.
But something about this guy, you just don't trust him.
Hmm.
You can't put your finger on it. You know, it's hard to read robos anyways for most human types. And just can't put your finger on it, but you don't trust him.
Okay.
He's got his hand out.
When he goes to take the money, you know, I just kind of like put it in my, I go to put it out, kind of pull it back a little bit, and I'm going to be like, I'm going to need a yes. Like, I'm going to need your silence. So shake your head, do whatever you got to do. You better convince me right here, right now. That you're going to go back to the tent. You're going to stay quiet.
I mean, he nods his head yes and puts his hand back out. And his hand gets closer to your hand like he really wants that money.
Mm-hmm. All right, I give it.
I'm going to give you a retroactive, like your intellect roll was already made. You still don't fucking trust him.
Okay.
You feel like he's probably just a guy that needs money, and he's just willing to say whatever you want. Whatever, you agree to get the money.
I'll just give it to him.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna walk over to Stray.
Yep.
Say, keep an eye on him. Because the dog's probably a hell of a lot more intimidating than I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what does that look like, Stray? What does that look like? Keep an eye on him. You know,
I just watch him.
like from here.
Just walking his
Yeah.
stare at him. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
keeping guard.
All right. Cool. Okay. So you just kind of like plant your butt over by the tree or something where you can see them. All right. And okay, so you guys, do you just while they're there just keep bringing out bags of people and dump them in the graves?
Yeah, I mean they're gonna be there anyway. So
Okay.
I guess it's not like getting on the phone and calling people or taking pictures or anything like that.
Well, the good thing is the sun is completely down at this point, so it's dark.
Yeah.
So if anybody else is in the area, they won't necessarily see you unless you guys are lighting up lights while you're doing this. And so you guys proceed to just start dumping these wrapped bodies. Did y'all cut them into pieces while they were out there digging the grave, or are they just like whole bodies just being thrown in there?
I don't know.
Because I mean, it's a very different situation. Like one situation, you're taking out the trash, and the other situation, it's like, yo, they're carrying out dead bodies and putting them in a grave.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. Like, I don't know if we go to the point where I'm like, "They're just chopping up some bodies." Yeah.
Okay.
I will just say that I am not above that. So if you guys wanted somebody to do that, I would do
If
that.
you're offering, I wouldn't say no. I personally,
whatever the party needs.
Team player right there. Okay.
Yeah.
So Paige, do you proceed to cut up the bodies?
Fuck it, why not?
She wasn't even here and she's cleaning up y'all's mess. I love how it there's like 2 hours pass where like she feels there's a moment where Paige feels like she's probably doing all the work. She showed up, she dug the holes, and now she's cutting up the bodies for these assholes.
I know it's so funny because it's like she shows up, we're all sitting there like just staring at each other, like what the fuck?
It's like she's committed felonies before. Find out what we need to do.
Yeah.
It's cool. Like from my perspective, like I appreciate you guys so much that I guess I'm like, I'll do this for you. I don't know, because I'm all about like quid pro quo kind of person, you know.
Right.
So as long as you guys keep being useful to me,
Yeah. And they didn't
friendly,
have to go
then I'm
into
gonna
Eden, you
keep
know.
doing
I
the
mean,
same kind of
so
stuff, so.
yeah.
Yeah. But
Very
that's
cool.
just her mentality. She's like,
Right.
look, I'll do this shit for you. I'll do it, you know, whatever, as long as you're there for me when I need you.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so the next couple hours, the camera kind of zooms in on Paige using whatever tool she can to cut these bodies up, and then putting them into bags.
Oh,
and
yeah. Well, yeah. Most of these bodies probably aren't like human bodies in the sense
Yeah.
that we think of them.
yeah, it's harder to cut up some of the bodies, like the Terminator guy. You know.
Yeah. Oh, dude, hacksaw, whatever.
No,
Yeah.
that's the
Disassemble.
plan, dude.
No, disassemble. What?
Just the homeless guys half robo. Just be like, hey, do you need any of these parts?
That's actually a way you could convince this guy.
That's a
Maybe
good
is to
idea.
give him Mr. Terminator guy's like eye system.
Ooh, you should do that. You should do that.
Yeah. Okay, so like when we pull him out and like we're gonna throw him in the hole, I'm just like, so I wave the guys over, and I'm just like, hey man, if you can sell any of these parts, go nuts.
Okay, I was gonna make like. You know what? Sure. I'll say that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've got Terminator guy on a table, like disassembled, and like so you bring over this homeless guy, and he's just like he's got a little bag, and he's just like picking up stuff and looking at it and like seeing if it's shiny, if it's rusty, and blowing it off and cleaning, looking at it and just putting it in his little bag, and then at this point, Sean, you feel pretty safe that he's got your secret. So
I just want money. That's what we wanted.
nice.
Homeless people.
Okay. So
Yes.
and then
Scum.
yeah, so he pulls out the voice modulator and he was,
Okay.
and he hits a button on the voice modulator, and
Mhm.
the voice says, "Testing, prototype, blah 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 blah," and he kind of smiles at it and goes, because like he sounds like a badass now. He sounds like a Terminator style guy now, and so like he puts it in his bag and he just like goes back over to his little burned out car. So,
Okay.
all right, okay, you don't have to worry about them ratting on you to the mob now. So,
They're just golden laggers.
yeah. All right,
Totally good guy.
just had to speak his language. Yeah,
This
This
is
worked out
Okay.
well for us.
Robin Hood, taken from the terrible robot body parts and giving them to people who need them better.
This
Yeah.
just teaches you a valuable lesson. Is
Nice.
One man's
When in
dead body
doubt,
is another man's
everything.
Treasure.
functioning body.
Nice.
dogs do dirty work.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay, so sweet. Well, that ended much better than I originally planned. Okay, so all right, so you cleaned up the bodies, and so Paige, was there something you wanted to talk to them about now that you've done all that hard work for them?
Yeah, I was trying to think of how I could, I guess, weasel this into cover, because I feel like that's really what my character should have been, some kind of weasel person. But
A wiener
Alright.
dog person.
yeah, so I'm like, yeah, exactly. So I'm like covered in blood. I got blood everywhere, and Lord knows what else is like stuck to my clothes now. I don't know what shadow people have for interior fluids. There's probably oil from the robo. Anyways, and I'm like, man, that was a good workout. So so you guys had some fun here while I was gone.
One way to put it.
Yeah, thank God you showed up. We didn't know what to do with all these bodies.
I see that, but burying
No.
them in the ground didn't.
Is that
I'm
what
just
people do?
It's not a big deal. Look,
We were just gonna let the dog eat them.
yeah, I don't think he wanted to eat them, but
No.
I also know you guys can't really ask him that, so
Oh,
it's understandable. It's understandable.
Well,
All right. Well, I have some developments if you're interested. I tracked down this guy named Dave. That's what I'm gonna call him, Dave. And he deals in feathers. And I pull out the new feather I got and I show it to them. And I'm like, this one we should do someday, but not any day soon. I know something we should do before that. I need to go into this feather, and I pull the other one out where I can get the revolver. And like, there's a gun in here that I really, really, really want to go get, but I can't go get it by myself. I need your guys' help.
I have a question for the GM. When feathers, are they like, is there like a book, is there a title on the outside sort of a thing? So like when she pulls out that yellow and black Innsmouth one, would I know?
Usually because they're like, if you buy them from a store, I mean, they're gonna have like a plastic casing around it, and the casing would have an identity or something on it, or like a tag or
Like a
something. But when
time
you're buying at black market, you kind of just have to trust. It's kind of like buying like meth or something. You just have to know what it kind of looks like and trust that he's selling you the right thing. I mean, think about it. I mean, do you think they label
No, I'm
that
with
shit?
I was just
So-
gonna, I was gonna react if I knew which feather.
Well, I was actually getting to that. Okay, so like certain feathers look certain ways, right? And so an Innsmouth feather, any Innsmouth feather would probably look sort of similar if there's slight variations. This looks just like one where your life changed drastically one day. No, wait, this is. Do you show them? Wait, which feather are you showing them? You showing them the?
I have both of them out.
Oh,
so I pulled them out one
So
by
you hold
one,
the
and I was like,
Innsmouth one and the AJ McCallum
Yeah.
one out.
So I pulled out the one I need to do at some point in the future. Said that one first, and then I was like, but first I need to go get the gun. So that one's in my other hand.
Okay, so when she says first, the one I needed this one at some point in the future, and she's waving that one around. That's the one that immediately looks familiar. And if you had PTSD, you might be triggered right now. I mean,
Oh.
Yeah,
it's like
I would definitely like take a step back, and
Like-
I'm visibly like what the hell?
Don't you trust me?
Sure, but not not that one. Okay.
I mean, okay.
Do
I
you,
understand.
who? So we were just talking. I'm pointing at Kumar.
Mhm.
We were just talking about Vurt craziness and how all of the stuff that we've done may or may not connect. But you remember when we were getting what's his name out with the unicorn horn,
Yes.
and things were a little weird because something was hitching a ride with me, and I was hoping to deal with it later.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, that one. That's the problem. That's where all of that started from. Is somewhere like that one.
I see. Well, what if I told you I think Victoria has something to do with it, and I think we can get to her through this feather, but we need the gun from this feather first. So, I mean, you guys have
Cool.
only known me for a short period of time. I've only known you for a short period of time, but I'll tell you this right now. I trust you with my life. And I think if we do this, we'll be solving a lot of people's problems.
I think you
Not
may be
just
right.
our own.
Why do we need the gun? Are we killing Victoria?
I don't know. Crazy Dave said that it's a super powerful gun.
Wait, hold on. Like 2 minutes after you said to trust her, she says, "I don't know." Crazy Dave says, "That's the exact sentence."
But
I know.
haven't
It's just
haven't I built some rapport with you guys that you
Nice.
would, at least a little bit?
You're good. It's the crazy Dave I'm concerned with.
And you know what? Even if Crazy Dave is wrong, at least you guys know I'm good for a good time.
Who did you get the feathers from?
This guy named Dave. He's a feather dealer.
Crazy Dave.
That wasn't his. He went
Curious.
by.
Actually, hold on. Let me see
Damn
if
it, I
Even
forgot
knows who
what
he
he went
is. Even you can make a roll
Oh Lord.
to see if you know who he is.
Me?
I'm gonna let
What
Even
is it?
see if he
Or
knows.
like
Yeah.
Vertology or
No, it'd just be like knowing people in the Vurt world, like like dealers and stuff. So you probably have no skill for it.
yeah.
Oh,
No,
I got no clue.
It's Crazy Dave, man. I mean, it's
No. Nasty Dave.
okay. So at this point, Paige is like, "Oh wait, I got the name wrong." Okay, nice.
Crazy Dave's used cars and feathers. I love that guy.
Yeah, with the. Okay, no.
You can see a feather dealer being a used car salesman too.
Yeah. Shit, I'm losing him.
Sorry,
Look,
I'm not helping as the GM. Sorry.
It's hard for me to play a character who's such a badass when me personally in real life I'm like the polar opposite. Like I'm bubbly and ditzy, but it's cool. I have a hard time portraying myself as a serious person, but I'm trying. Okay, so I say that like I really want to do this. I have a really strong feeling about this. I feel if you guys don't want to help me, that's cool. Whatever, I'll figure it out. That's what I've done my whole life. I've just figured it out. So either you help me with this, and I'm pretty sure it'll help you. I know it'll help you. Yeah,
I'm with you. Let's just turn to Kumar. Let's just double check some of your facts from Crazy Dave there.
Absolutely. I am all for more information. I like information.
You look at Vanish, and he says, "What do you need to know about this?" Nasty Dave?
Nasty
Is that what you're trying to say? He
yes,
says,
Nasty Dave.
"Oh man, he's a wanker." Jeez. Oh man. Well, I mean, he's not gonna sell you a jib feather. It's a legit feather. I mean, I can tell from looking at it. That's a Innsmouth variant. But look at how much yellow is in that. It's dangerous, fellas.
What does yellow mean again?
Yellow is the... Okay, so black you can die in.
Yeah.
But yellow, if you take the wrong
Right.
turns, and if you do the wrong things, they start to feel more real. Does that make sense? And if you take certain actions, you can actually get lost in a yellow feather.
Okay.
And become basically Vurt beings. I mean, you can step into the wild Vurt. Which doesn't mean you'll die. But it means that your physical body would just blink away. And your mind and body would be in the Vurt. It's very possible to go down the rabbit hole, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the equivalent of the Alice in Wonderland's rabbit hole, right? The most extreme you can go into the Vurt. But they're like Hot Sim VR. That's a good example, actually, to a Shadowrun player. It's the Hot Sim VR.
Okay.
Except you can get lost in the virtual world. I mean, essentially.
Just go full Matrix.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is Paige...
I'm just gonna say from back, this Mike Matt never done one of these before, so he kind of wants to.
Yeah, I mean, you're Featherhead who likes to be an explorer and stuff like that, and you've never been in a yellow like this. Most Featherheads have never been in a feather this yellow. I mean, even the one you had trouble in, Jeremy, was not this.
Yeah.
This bad, right? But it was pretty close.
Yeah, I'm like,
so you should be proud you survived the feather you were in, Jeremy. But it's not this. So.
And
I'm
I
intrigued
can.
by this.
Sorry, Sean.
Yep, I'm intrigued by this. I'm just a little bit skeptical about doing feathers from a guy with a mullet, but
A high top fade mullet. All right, get it right.
that's beautiful. I stand corrected.
No, but the Kumar says don't worry about Dave. I mean the feathers are legit. He's actually pretty well known in Center. So, but man, why y'all want to go to this kind of Innsmouth? You just want to hurt yourself? I mean, if I was going to pick a black and yellow feather, it wouldn't be this one.
Well,
but now the other one's, man, that's a ride to be on. He's pointing at the AJ McCallum one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's so far gone from the kind of experience that anybody in Manchester has ever experienced. I mean, first off, it's the Americo, like, living the dream experience, you know, and on top of that, man, it's just a wonderful tale of freedom and in a world where we're crowded in by millions of people stacked on top of millions of people. I've seen people go into dreams like AJ McCallum and just stay there for days. Just because it's wonderful to set foot in a place where you don't have to worry about bumping into someone else.
And luckily, that's the one we need to do first. So, it sounds like the most fun.
It says, but AJ McCallum's hard. Like, I mean, what'd you say you want from this dream?
A gun.
He says, you're wanting AJ McCallum's gun, right?
Maybe I am, maybe I'm not.
Okay, so yeah, then you got to kill AJ McCallum or get it from him. Whew. So AJ McCallum is actually I don't want to gloat or anything, but we made the first version of this feather. Came out, me and Kumar. This ain't ours, but we made the first version, and we modeled him every detail off of Western legends like Billy the Kid. That sort of stuff. We dug up all the all the information we could from historians and stuff. We wanted it to be legit. So if it's anything like ours, the hell of a ride.
You didn't happen to leave a developer's entrance, did you?
He says,
violent?
He says, unfortunately, we've had to pack up and move since we made this one, and a lot of that data got lost. But I do know one person who did beat this feather, and
it wasn't Game Cat.
No. But I do know a guy who beat this feather, and he might could give you some information to help you out.
Well, can you tell us who that is?
You know what? I'll reach out to him. Y'all done me a favor. I'll handle this. Just come back and see me in a few days. I'll have it, okay? He's just as wary as I am when it comes to new people.
fair enough. I can understand that.
He says, tomorrow. Come see me tomorrow. Maybe I'll have him by then. This time tomorrow. Sound good? Yeah?
It'll work.
Now, y'all know this. It's Kumar Brothers, so if they're going to get him, it's more than likely they're sending a runner, and he's coming here. Because they're droid-locked brothers, and they don't go places very often. But yeah, so... And at this moment, Sean... Okay, so I'm going to intrude you, Sean. You want it or... Oh, you can't turn it down. Okay, so... Your network feed starts going off from the cameras that are linked up to you.
Mhm.
And the cameras that you had put outside the estates where Parker and all the kids were. And you're getting a notification like saying, like, you've gotten these before, but they're usually like, oh, there's a cat, he set off the sensors. Or like, this is actually one of the kids, let's put in recognition software so it doesn't go off again. This one's going off an alert. If you want to, you can zip it up and bring it up on your physical feed. Do you do that?
Sure.
Yeah, so you bring it up, and like his eyes go cloudy, and he's looking at this camera, and you're seeing a small group of individuals who do not look like legit folks. Let's just be honest. I mean, they're gangers, they're troublemakers, they're ruffians, and they're sneaking around the side through one of the alleys around the estates, and there's some sort of device in their hand. And they're moving with the hustle, right? And one of them has got something in his hand, and he's placing it on the wall of the estate. What do you do?
Shit. Okay, so I need to call. What's his name?
Parker.
Parker.
Okay, so you try to go to call Parker, and the connection just, you're getting like a call able to establish.
Oh shit!
And then, so there's this moment where do you tell any of the other players?
Yes, talking, like, tell them exactly what I just saw, and I'm trying to call.
Okay, so you call a second time, and the whole time you're trying to call, you see they're setting up this device. Second time, same thing. No connection. Cannot connect to call. And then you see him flick something on the device, and it turns from red to green. And they thumbs up each other, and they start running away from the camera down the alley.
Okay. Was I able to record any of this?
You could be recording it, sure.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
We need to call the cops?
You can try to call the cops, sure.
Yeah.
Paige is like she's like, don't call the cops.
No
Okay.
cops.
Do you call MPD?
Well, it was just more or less going to be anonymous.
I mean, you have all the agency you want. I'm just like, I'm gonna call the cops.
I want to point out to you, there's a lot of people that are considered illegal in Parker's house.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
You can still call them, and they'll come. But
how far away from the?
I didn't mean to take. Away
honestly, too far away for you to get there in time. But like story-wise, maybe you guys are like, we got to get there because I can't call them. But you're not going to get there in time, honestly.
Right. Okay.
And so they run on the feed. They run away far enough away that they run around a corner. And then there's a massive explosion. And the camera feed just dies.
Okay. Shit. Well,
Shit.
cops are.
Add 1 XP to your character, and you can give 1 to someone else.
Okay. Paige, you can have 1 for helping us out.
Oh, thank you.
Burying bodies. All right.
Awesome.
Let's see. Okay, so I had.
So no one else is seeing this. So like, how do you react when you come back to the real world and kind of talk to people?
I just start freaking out, and I'm like, oh, somebody just blew up Parker's. We gotta go. And I just like run out of there.
I start getting anxious. Like, what's going on?
Wait, what?
Parker's? How long is it going to take us to get back to Parker's?
It's going to take you. Actually, there was a Vurtchester. There's a book in Manchester about traveling in Manchester. I actually want to figure this out for the purposes of the story here. Normally, I wouldn't focus on something like that, but I think it'd be fun here to kind of know how long it takes to travel. Let's see. Come on, where's that at? Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh, I guess it doesn't say the exact amount of time. I think I was getting confused with Tallis. I guess because of the Monty Cook Games connection. But it's gonna take some time. Probably about 20 or 30 minutes. No, 20 minutes.
Gotta go, right?
Yep.
If you make a navigation check or something, you can cut it down by a lot. You know what? I'll say 10 minutes because same district. 10 minutes if you use public transportation like subways and stuff.
Okay.
And if you guys make a successful navigation check, we'll reduce it to 5. I'll reduce it to something like 6 or 7 minutes. There you go.
Okay.
You get there faster.
Okay.
Because you don't know what's going to happen once the bomb goes off. What happened?
Yeah.
Right.
Are you robo people good at navigating?
Skill.
I mean, that's not really a skill. Like, just tell me skills that maybe you think apply. Maybe Paige's identifying could apply a little bit because, like, identifying streets and knowing where Parker's is in relation to here kind of qualifies as identifying. But even that's only one skill. So, like, if you guys have anything else you might can use.
Very
I mean, if there's some
perceptive.
kind of-
Perception can kind of apply. Yeah. Is your character perceptive even? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. Nice. Okay. So even helping. Whoever makes the roll, we've got 2 people that'll reduce it by 1 step for teamwork. So anybody else have anything?
What are we trying to do? Navigate?
Yeah, trying to get there faster. So like you guys are like, oh, take this street or take that street. Don't use that bus because that stop because it takes longer to stop or they have a lot of maintenance. Whatever. Yada yada.
Right.
You guys are trying to find the best way there. So anything else? Nope. Okay, so either Paige or Even can make the roll then because they have a skill, and then the other one, and then they get an extra asset for having the other person have it. So whichever one of y'all wants to make the roll. So I'll say it's a difficulty. Actually, I think there's already a difficulty set in the game for navigating.
Let you make it
Okay.
even. Mostly because I'm dying over here. My nose won't stop running. Oh my god.
If I want to spend effort on this, would this be an intellect?
I can't
or
find it.
speed?
It's a difficulty 4 though. It's it's 4. Difficulty 4 intellect task.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna spend effort.
All right.
5 to okay. Is this gonna work? Wow. No. Why did that not add my effort?
It's weird.
Yeah, I put effort in earlier and it didn't add anything.
Maybe the effort edge thing only applies to the little dice on the tray down there as opposed to
Maybe.
skills.
Maybe. That's a good point.
Maybe. Assets. Modifier.
So you had 1 asset for her, which would have made it 2. And then you spent effort, that would have made it 3, right? You only spent 1 level
I
of
was
effort?
I was trying to spend 2 effort.
Well, 2 would make it. Is that what you spent?
Yeah.
Okay, that would make it. All right. So, okay, sweet. So you do make it,
3 minus 2.
and we're going to take a break. and we're gonna come right back, and then we'll describe the scene you guys come upon when we come back from the break. So everyone stick around, please. Thank you for watching with us. Well, man, we're gonna come back, and we'll be. Oh, it's getting nasty here. So we'll be right back. Just 2 or 3 minutes tops, hopefully. All right. Bye.